As a pastor, it seems like it's been easy to get people to love the idea of Sabbath. It's another whole thing to get people to actually practice the Sabbath.
I woke up this morning, got me feeling brand new, like I know what to do, got me feeling nostalgic.
So I really think I'm onto something with these 4. Now, if you don't know what Sabbath is, it's where you give God 24 hours every week to stop, rest, worship, delight. Sermon series up there. I'm not going to get into that. So those are 4 words that help you understand the 4 principles behind Sabbath. But I want to help Sabbath stick. I really want my church to become a Sabbath people. And guys, like, I'm literally terrified that 3 months down the road, we just don't do it at all. There is a book that has been very helpful in helping me really craft how to stop, rest, worship, delight. And it's Atomic Habits. Law number 1, to make Sabbath worth it, make it obvious. You gotta have an obvious way to start. And so when you think of the Hebrew tradition, a lot of they would typically light a candle to start their Sabbath and go from there. This went out. So often we start at the dinner table and we light a candle. You're actually supposed to light 2, and it's a way to say, hey, we have now begun. Time for Sabbath, put everything away. It's a marker. It's a way to say yes. So make it obvious. So for a few years, that's how I started Sabbath. Now what I do is I start Sabbath by riding my bike with my wife, and it is enjoyable. I'm going to surprise my wife with Chipotle, and I'm going to ask her opinion, what she thinks about our new Sabbath tradition. You got to make it obvious, though. You got to make it where this activity, this thing, we're now beginning Sabbath. Hi.
Hello.
This is for lunch. How are we now making Sabbath obvious? How do we start Sabbath?
How do we start Sabbath? Okay, is that a trick question?
No, I don't think so. I'm hoping you say it right.
I know, but we've been starting Sabbath at different times.
Yeah, but like, what's the thing we do?
Dinner?
Never mind,
Bike
guys.
riding?
Yes,
So
bike
confused.
riding.
Okay.
It's our new way of doing it.
Yes, bike riding. It's been amazing.
Now, the second law.
You have green stuff in your teeth.
Where? To make it attractive. Obviously,
Did you bring your backpack? No, you just brought it.
I think I just brought this. I gotta go. Right next to me. So how do you make it attractive? Unlike this bookshelf. So after habit I need, I will habit I want. And so to make it attractive, I think you say, okay, after I do the thing I know is necessary on Sabbath, I will reward myself by doing the other thing that's good on Sabbath, but I enjoy more. And the 2 things I think every Sabbath has to have is time alone in solitude, to do things like scripture reading, praying, just meditating. And then the other side of it is community, enjoying fellowship, talking about God, having gratitude with your family and friends. Which one do you enjoy more, KJ, when you're thinking about resting?
Resting? Alone.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at. So being alone sounds great. So after I am with community, then I get the reward of being alone. So that's how I do it. But if you are the other way around, where fellowship is the fun thing, I would say, okay, organize your Sabbath. You're starting alone. After you do the habit you need, which is alone time, then you get to do the habit you want, which is being in fellowship with people. And I would definitely argue being in fellowship with people, this has to include very intentional, we are Sabbathing together, we are rejoicing together, and like we're giving thanks together. And that's just been a huge unlock for us. And usually for us, it means we're doing it over a Sabbath meal. All right, so the third law, make it easy. Bye, KJ. This guy's calling me. I'm trying to vlog, what?
What you vlogging?
I just got home. Jason entertained me the whole time.
Full of entertainment.
Full of entertainment. All right, I'm gonna finish this video, my friend.
All right, tell them everything that we talked about.
They don't want that. Or I don't want that.
All right, I'm fine.
Grace and peace, man. Later. All right, the way to make it easy, though, is if you want to master a habit, the key is to start with repetition, not perfection. And I love that. Sabbath is not about marking off tallies for God. It's about marking out time with God. So it should be easy because the win is just showing up. The last law, and I think this is very helpful for Sabbath, is to make it satisfying. One way to make it satisfying, he talks about using reinforcements, like give yourself a reward for doing the habit. And that totally works well with Sabbath, because Sabbath is about pleasure and feasting and enjoying. And so for our family, especially me and my wife, we don't have dessert except on Sabbath nights at the Sabbath meal. So it's like the reward for waiting all week and getting ready for that great satisfying moment. Now, some of y'all don't think that sounds great at all, but I've actually found Marva Dawn said that some of us don't know how to feast because we don't know how to fast. And so making it satisfying by saying, okay, on Sabbath day, when we do the Sabbath, there's beautiful things that we delight in. Stop, rest, delight, worship. Do those things by figuring out a rhythm where you make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. Comment below if you're going to try that. If you've ever Sabbath before, go to my Formed by Jesus podcast if you want to learn about the Sabbath, and Jesus is better.